The Abyssal Demon. Originally from the world known as Infernus, these creatures are one of the last that remain of the Chthonian demon race that once ruled the barren and fiery realm. Being able to consume their own kin and absorb their essence, these demons were said to be notably powerful, much of which coming from eating the Infernals, the previous rulers of Infernus. Their power was demonstrated by the Chthonian resistance shortly after the god of chaos attained his godhood. The Chthonians were able to withstand the ferocity of Zamorak and their subordinates, the Avernic demons, for nearly 20 long years before being annihilated or banished into the abyss. Now, the Abyssal demons can be found in a few distinct locations around Gaelenor: Curadel's dungeon, the Abyssal area, the Slayer Tower, and the Wilderness. A Slayer level of 85 is required before access to these demons is granted to the player. They have a combat level of 98, with 8,500 life points, and killing an Abyssal demon grants the player with 661 XP to either their defense or preferred melee skill, 218 XP to their constitution skill, and 278 XP to their slayer skill, making them one of the most strongest and XP beneficial demons the player can defeat. Abyssal demons are neither aggressive or poisonous, so players don't have to worry about getting overwhelmed with attacks or carrying anti-poison potions. They have an attack skill level of 70 and an accuracy of 1,486 with a maximum hit of 672. Their defensive traits consist of a defense skill level of 70 with 1,608 armor rating. These demons have 3 weaknesses the players can take advantage of, the first being weak against slash weapons, like longswords. Being a type of demon, Abyssal demons are also weak against the magical powers of Silverlight and Darklight, offering players a powerful alternative to use against them other than the traditional. Their last weakness is towards the Bane ammunition, which can be created by the player after completion of the Ritual of the Majorat. Abyssal demons have no known immunities to poison, deflection, stun, or stat drain, so players can utilize all these mentioned combat traits to gain the upper hand against them. Infernal Ashes are an 100% drop rate for these demons, granting either 1.2k in gold or 63 prayer experience to the player if they choose to scatter them. They have a 53% no charm drop rate, followed with a 9% drop rate for gold charms, 4% for green charms, 33% for crimson charms, and 1% for blue charms. Abyssal demons have 4 main drop categories: common, uncommon, rare, and very rare. Their common drops are coins ranging from 1.9 to 3.6k, noted pure essence ranging from 72 to 152, an uncut ruby, an adamant battle axe, an offhand adamant battle axe, a rune dagger, and an offhand rune dagger. Their uncommon drops are a fire orb, a shark, a rune chain body, a rune helm, an uncut diamond, 6 noted magic logs, and 6 noted adamant ores. Their rare drops are an uncut dragonstone, 1 noted runic ore, and an item from the rare drop table. And their very rare drops are only 1 item, the infamous Abyssal Whip. They also have tertiary drops, with 3 drop categories: uncommon, rare, and very rare. Their uncommon drops are a Ferocious Ring 5, and a Sealed Hard Clue Scroll. Their rare drops are Court Summons, a Spirit Emerald, a Spirit Ruby, and a Spirit Sapphire. The very rare drops are an Abyssal Head, an Abyssal Orb, a Crystal Triskelion Fragment 1, 2, or 3, a Starved Effigy, and an Abyssal Wand. Going back to the spawn locations, each spawn location has its pros and cons. Choosing to kill Abyssal demons at the Slayer Tower gives the player the option of taking advantage of Slayer contracts given by Marcus outside the tower, and utilizing the Mauritania Legs 4 after completing all the Elite Mauritania achievements to get a 10% XP boost in Slayer. The con to this location is that it's usually crowded and can be hard to find an empty world. Choosing to kill Abyssal demons at Curadel's dungeon gives the player a decent amount of spawns and the chance to use the Ferocious Sigil obtained from Shattered Worlds and the Ferocious Ring dropped by monsters within the dungeon to improve the player's kill rate. The con is that the dungeon can only be accessed during an actual Slayer task. Choosing to kill Abyssal demons within the Abyssal area means more spawns for the player, as this spot is usually empty. The cons are that this area is populated by other aggressive monsters constantly attacking the player, and this location also requires the completion of Fairy Tale 2, Cura Queen, for the use of the fairy rings. And the last spot players can kill Abyssal demons are within the Wilderness. This spot is usually empty, with lots of spawns, and the player can choose to use a Demonic Skull and a Slayer contract when fighting Abyssal demons here. The con to this spot is the potential threat that other players may pose on the actual player, since they will be able to attack you and kill you. Warning, take only items you wish to risk. There are a few strategies the player can action when killing Abyssal demons. All styles of combat are proven to be effective with the right skill levels. Players choosing ranged to kill the Abyssal demons are recommended to use the throwable Mechanized Chinchampas or the two-handed bow Decimation for their area of affected damage. Players using melee are recommended to use a Noxious Scythe or a Dragon Rider Lance, while using area of effect abilities whenever possible to maximize the kill count. Players choosing magic should utilize all the area of effect abilities in order to maximize their kill count potential as well. Invention perks that will help the player are Caraming and Aftershock for the area of effect potential, and Demon Slayer for the 7% bonus damage to demon spawns. Demon Slayer equipment is also proven to be useful as it offers a 4% boost to damage when killing demons for each piece of the kit the player wears. Players with curses, overloads, and tier 90 weapons are capable of ignoring the accuracy penalty if wearing the gear while using magic or ranged to kill the Abyssal demons. Although these strategies are mainly centered around players of higher level, players of lower level don't need these recommendations to kill the Abyssal demons. Using your best gear with the appropriate combat levels will do just fine as well. This is going to be the end of the Abyssal Demon Bestiary video, the first in my RuneScape Bestiary video series. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.